What up, y'all? It's your man, Abuamerican, cowife.com. Last little bit of time, last stretch here, last chance to get a 30% off before it is gone forever. Abuamerican.com, get over there. Once we launch, you're going to need to know what to look for, what not to look for. So get the better guide, check it out. So, I want to revisit this whole Mahr conversation. And I made a video. This sister in the comments said that, if you ask, if you make it easy for a guy, they see you as cheap and easy and all this other stuff. And I was like, I've never heard this conversation had amongst brothers. It's actually the opposite. That, a woman is disparaged for asking for a high Mahr, and that, guys praise sisters for asking for a reasonable Mahr. And then she specified that it's the Arabs. So, cultural thing. So, fine, I'll accept that because I did live in the Arab world, and this one guy, he argued with me that my marriage that lasted 26 years, it only cost me, in total, with legalities, because I was legally married, I mean, everything with Mahr, top to bottom, was maybe 1,000 euros. And he was like, oh, my phone costs more than that. But then that guy got married for $250,000 the next year and was divorced 6 months later. So, he was a student of mine, but my marriage had lasted 26 years. So, I want to make this video for the sisters. And I don't care if you're in the Arab world, and I understand that's your culture. I don't care if you're in the Western world. This is a male red flag. That if, you need to find a way, and I don't know how to do it because I'm not a woman, so I don't have to deal with this problem. But you need to find a way to find out how a guy is going to respond to you offering him a low Mahr. Because if he responds in a way that would make you feel cheap or lesser, and he wouldn't be over the moon happy, then that's a male red flag. This guy has some sort of weird, distorted, monetarily, I don't know, he's seeing you more like an object. He's seeing you more like a car than he is as a person that he wants to spend his life and his time with. Because that's just distorted. Well, I mean, if you're talking about a car, I understand. If you're talking, because generally, not always, but generally, price and quality are directly associated. But we know this isn't the case with humans. Now, we can say this in terms of labor, but we're talking about marriage here. And when I say in terms of labor, well, a street sweeper is not going to get paid what a vascular doctor is going to get paid, because there's, what we value in terms of labor, and that takes high technical skill, long time to learn, whatever else. Street sweeping is something a 2-year-old can do, so obviously they don't make the same amount of money. In that we accept, but when it comes down to a person and their value, then we have to look at the individual. What do you offer? What do you bring to the table? Nobody likes to hear that conversation, but it's true. It's can you cook? Can you clean? All these other types of stuff, we look at that, and then we're willing to pay more, the more that is on offer as a man in general. But even then, there's this tipping point where it's no matter what you offer, it's I could probably get this cheaper somewhere else. If I just fly somewhere, to the third world, I'm going to find a traditional woman that does all this stuff and not ask a tenth of what you're asking. So generally, I would say, sisters, this is something that I can say is a 100% identifiable red flag for a man. If this guy is attaching value to you by how high of a Mahr you're demanding, then there's a problem. And I don't know how to test this. I mean, I really don't. High and low Mahr, you need to see the response on each one. So this is something that maybe some sister needs to figure out how you can test that. Come with a high Mahr, come with a low Mahr and see how it responds, or come with a low Mahr, then come with a high Mahr and see how it responds to each one. I don't know how to test that. But I know that if a guy's going to see you as lowly or lesser because you don't want a lot, you just want to get married, you want to do what's halal, you want to be with that particular man, and he's going to view you lesser for that, that's weird. That's not normal. That's not normal. And I'll say this to my Arab brothers. I love y'all brothers for the sake of Allah, but if that's how you viewing your sisters for making it easy to get married, y'all people, you're culture is trash. And may Allah like break it and destroy it and send it into the gutters, in the sewers where people's urine and fecal matter go, because that's where it belongs. If that's your culture, if that's your traditions, then your traditions are trash. I'll say it right now. 100% garbage. And if you believe like this, and if you think like this, we accept that your Islam is Salim, but you are trash. Bro, you're trash. You're garbage. So everybody who taught you that is garbage. The people who practice it, garbage. On my deathbed, I'll stand to that. There's something wrong with you. Because this is the sunnah. To keep the Mahr easy, to keep it light, to keep it low. And so if you think that somehow you got something better than the sunnah, you people are trash. You're garbage. You are the refuse of the earth. You're that scum that floats on top of the sea and then some. I'll die on that. It's your man, Abuamerican. I'm out.